Hey, hello, leaders. This is Paul Grau Jr., and welcome back to Run to Your Leadership Challenges. So, today I'm going to open up the vault and go way back to season number 1. Enjoy some of the old episodes from the vault. Hello, and welcome to Run to Your Challenges. In this episode, we're going to tackle the challenge of leadership and anger. If you're not yet subscribed, please be sure to subscribe and/or enable the Alexa skill so you'll never miss another episode. This is your host, Paul Grau Jr. from Current Leadership Coaching, and let's dive right into the challenge of anger. Let me start by saying that I'm going to share a few things today that I've only shared with a very select group of people, like maybe 5 or 10 people total. However, I want to share these because I know it's simply too important not to share. And quite frankly, I know that far too many people out there struggle with this challenge. So let me start by telling you that over this past weekend, I had the extreme privilege of meeting up with about 80 guys from a mastermind group that I'm in called Iron Sharpens Iron, or ISI. The name actually comes from Proverbs 27:17 that says, "As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another." Now, the guys from ISI are nothing short of incredible. They were all there to pour into each other and share their expertise and help each other out in business and in life in general. On Saturday night, we were challenged to let go of one thing in our lives that was holding us back. And we were challenged to write it on a piece of paper and then throw the paper into the bonfire and totally let go of it. A lot of guys shared what they were letting go of, and some kept it to themselves. It was totally up to us. And I'm not going to get into the specific details, but I know a lot of men struggle with anger. A lot of leaders struggle with anger. Many times this is due to us being so driven and wanting the best for our families. It might be because we're not as successful as we'd like to be. It may be because we just know that we have problems and we just don't want to talk to anybody about it. There are numerous reasons why we have anger challenges. However, the biggest hurdle is realizing that we need help. The biggest hurdle is admitting we need to talk to other people about the anger issue. The biggest hurdle can be picking up the phone and making an appointment with your doctor. Now, I know something about this, and actually I know this personally because it took me over 20 years to make that phone call. It took me over 20 years to start talking about it in a manner that I knew I needed to seek help. It took me over 20 years to understand it was something I just couldn't handle on my own, and I needed professional help. It took me over 20 years of getting angry at home and lashing out at my wife and kids for no apparent reason. However, I finally picked up the phone and called. I finally made an appointment, and I finally talked to my doctor about it. Now, that first appointment was only about 4 months ago, and this is still very tough for me to talk about. However, staying quiet is not an option if we want to improve our lifestyles. We cannot face this every day on our own. And quite frankly, there's so many of us that struggle with this challenge, and there's so many people who are willing to help. I believe Satan wholeheartedly wants us to remain quiet about this. He wants us to keep it all bottled up inside. He wants us to explode around people at work and more so at our spouses and our children. You see, Satan knows that once we start talking to others about this, he has less power over us. When we start getting help and praying, Satan starts to lose his grip on us, and our relationships start to thrive like never before. It takes the first step, and believe me, it's not easy. After all, I'm a guy. I can fix my own problems. I don't need anybody's help. I don't need to talk to anybody about it. And God forbid if I told others about it, like on a podcast for the whole world to hear, right? Is that how you feel? Is that how somebody you know feels, you think? Well, that way of thinking is totally wrong, plain and simple. And that type of thinking is exactly what Satan wants you to believe. And keeping quiet and not seeking help will continue to destroy the best relationships in your life, whether it be at work or at home. So the choice is yours. I know it's a battle inside, but you can continue down your angry path or start exposing your anger challenges to others. You can continue to allow your most important relationships to crumble, or you can seek help by picking up the phone and making a simple phone call. There are plenty of easy things you can actually do to start helping.
I started using essential oils in my office based on what my counselor told me. There are a bunch of different oils that help calm you down and help you think more clearly. And my office now smells awesome. My personal favorite is a combination of 3 different oils: vetiver, frankincense, and cedarwood. And you know what? It's helping. You can also find a workout partner to share stuff with while you're working out. Be very cautious who you start seeking advice from. So just remember, in life, we aren't designed to be our own island. We're designed to communicate with each other and help each other out. You don't have to go at this on your own. Talk to somebody about it. And if you want to start with me, feel free to shoot me an email at Paul Grau, that's PaulGrau, at currentleadershipcoaching.com. I'll be glad to have a conversation with you about this and share more about how I'm getting help with this. Believe me, it's changing my life, and it could change yours as well. Hey, as always, I hope you liked this episode. Be sure to subscribe and or enable the flash briefing so you never miss another episode. I'd love it if you shared this briefing with friends, coworkers, and every leader you know, and especially share it with anyone you know who struggles with any type of anger issues. Thank you. Until tomorrow, run to your challenges.